Hello, this is Lino Tadros again, and in this video we will continue with the previous one regarding custom tools. And in this one I would like to show you how to install the pf-azuredb to have full access to all the different tools available for Cosmos DB, whether using Core, MongoDB, or Postgresql as well. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's go ahead and open up Visual Studio Code. And one of the previous videos, you probably saw how I went ahead and installed the prompt flow for Visual Studio Code that will give you the user interface for the prompt flows for the dependency check fail, the quick access, the flows, the trace collection, and also the connection. All of them will be available in here. All right, let me tell you the trick about the pf-azuredb first. You cannot use Python 3.12 or 3.13, at least for right now. This is the end of January of 2025. And probably in the very near future this will get fixed, but for right now there are collisions in the dependencies between what's happening inside of 3.12. So they recommend anywhere between 3.9, 3.10 or 3.11. So make sure one of those is your main Python interpreter being used inside of the project. So what I ended up doing, I actually ended up creating a completely empty folder. Of course, this is a brand new folder called pf demo, has nothing in it. And the first thing I want to do, I would like to install the virtual environment. Whether you want to use Conda or VNV, both of them will work just fine. I'm going to go ahead and try to install this using virtual environment VNV in here instead of Conda. So where do we go from here? Well, I usually do a Control-Shift-P on my keyboard. We'll say create an environment. And you get to choose between Conda and VNV. I'm going to say VNV. And this is the $1,000,000 question in here. Usually I have like 3.12 or 3.13 for Python. And if I choose that, unfortunately, the pf-azuredb will not work. Especially if there are some setup utilities that are not available in those that have been taken out. So I went ahead and installed Python 3.11 just for the purpose of me trying out the pf-azuredb. So you can install 3.11, 3.10 or 3.9. All of them are working. The last one I was able to use to make this work is the 3.11.9 in here. So I'm going to click on that. This is a very, very important piece, folks, okay? It cannot be 3.12 or 3.13 for right now. I'm sure it will get fixed soon. All right, I'm going to stop this video and come back after the environment has been created. All right, it looks like everything got created. I have my environment. I have my library. Not much going through, but look at this. This is setup tools 6550. This is the part that is actually causing a problem with 3.12 and 3.13. So just to let you know that this comes automatically with 3.9, 10, and 11 as well. Now, the most important thing now that I've installed that, when I go back to my prompt flow for Visual Studio Code, the extension in here, this is where I need to tell this guy to point to the 3.11 inside of my virtual environment, not the one that is installed by default in my Visual Studio Code. Otherwise, it will not work. So we'll go ahead and say install dependencies, for instance, in here. This is the part, select Python interpreter. Let's click on that. And I need to get the one inside of my folder, the 3.11. Do not use the 3.12 one, all right? Let's click on this guy. And notice it automatically sees it. And now it will say, I would like to install all of these things that I do not have. That means I need to go ahead and install at least the prompt flow and prompt flow tools to be able to use the system. But I need to even add more than that. When you install prompt flow, the core will be installed automatically, but Azure will not. This is something that you have to do yourself. Same thing with the tracing. All right, so I know that we're going to need those. So let's go ahead and do this here in the terminal. So we'll say, let's go ahead and add a terminal in here. And I want to make sure I'm in the correct environment. That's very, very important. Notice right now it's using my Conda for Visual Studio Code. That's not what I want. So we'll say Conda deactivate first of all. And now when I get back in here, we'll say / environment scripts activate. This is the guy I want to activate. All right. So I'm in the correct virtual environment using the Python 3.11, not the 3.12 available in the Conda itself. Very, very important piece. And now I'm going to say pip install. And we will do prompt flow. Let's go ahead and get this one first. All right, so this is the first one we will need to install. Everything is being installed in my virtual environment. Not everything on my machine will see this. Only my folder inside of my project pf demo will have access to all the kitchen sink of the stuff that has to be installed for the prompt flow at this point. I'll get back when this is done. All right, this actually took several minutes because it installed so many different packages. So let me go ahead and do a CLS in here to clear the screen. And I'm interested to see now if I say what's got installed. Let me go ahead and refresh this. I know that tools did not get installed, so even if I refresh this, it will not happen. But the first one should actually be 1.17.1, the latest version. Also, for all of those, if I actually try to refresh all of them, some of them will come in, like the dev kit and the core, but the Azure and the tracing probably not. Oh, the tracing came in as well, so the tracing was available in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix these problems as well. I'm going to say pip install, we'll say prompt-flow-azure. I'm also going to install another one, which is the prompt-flow-dash, and this one will be tools. Okay, tools is very important to be able to see that in Visual Studio Code, all the new tools that we're going to be installing. Let's go ahead and do this. And that's, again, it's going to be installing everything under my virtual environment. And we come back when this is done. And again, it took a few minutes as well. Let me go ahead and say CLS to clear the screen. And let's check if everything is good now. Let me refresh this guy. And I'm also going to refresh the Azure one. And I should get all 6 of them with the green check mark. That means I'm in pretty good shape and I can actually start using prompt flow for Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to click on the prompt flow for Visual Studio Code in here. I don't need this anymore. I know we're in good shape. I'm going to close all that. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and create my first flow. So we'll say plus, and you can create an empty flow, a standard flow, and a chat flow, whatever you'd like, okay? I want to really concentrate on the pf-azuredb, so I really don't care. I want it as simple as possible. So we'll make it, for instance, let's say a standard flow with a template. Give it a name, we'll call it test flow, okay? And we will say push enter. And there is my flow, and it will tell you exactly where the prompt flow libraries are coming from. It's from the virtual environment. That's very important as well. And let me see now. Okay, there is my test flow in here. I'm going to say open. And right now, when I say open, notice I will not be able to do that because I don't actually have any connections available. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, let's go ahead and wake it up a little bit. We'll leave the prompt flow for a second. We'll go back in here. Let me close all of this. This is now my PF demo project, okay, the folder, and it has my first test flow. It contains the flow DAG YAML. Also, because I chose the standard, it will give me some hello prompt and a hello Python. Requirement.txt will be empty. We'll just be having the prompt flow itself, alrighty. But in reality, I need the SDK. So let me open up the flow DAG YAML in here. See, this is all the code representation of the YAML in here. If you go all the way to the top, because I have the prompt flow for Visual Studio Code extension installed, if you go all the way up, it says please install prompt flow SDK. Let's click on that. And it will have everything in here. Yep, I'm going to tell it yes. I would like to use the 3.11 one that I'm using before. And it should actually have everything checked correctly. And I should be able to open that up directly now inside. And you have instructions if you don't know how to install these things one by one. Some of them are optional to use the SDK, but they will all be available for you inside of that install dependency page. Sounds good? All right, let me go ahead and close on all of this. And now I'm going to go ahead and please install. No, I guess at this point I need to shut down Visual Studio Code and bring it back up again because I installed all of the stuff and Visual Studio is confused. So I need to restart it. That's usually happens with Visual Studio Code and extensions that requires other SDKs to be involved. And indeed, I just shut down Visual Studio Code, bring it back up again, went and clicked on the flow.dag.yaml, and look what happens all the way at the top in here because of the extension. Instead of saying, hey, you're missing the SDK, with a fresh restart, now I say Visual Editor, test, batch run, all of these things will be available. So just restart, everything will be okay. If I click on the Visual Editor on the YAML for the DAG in here, it will open up exactly the same view that you would have seen in the Azure AI Foundry itself. Isn't that pretty cool? So let me even close this down for right now. I can see my inputs. I have a text, I have an output, I have the hello prompt, and I have my Python code, and I can add more. Notice how I can click on more in here. And remember those things, the content safety and the embedding and the open model. Remember in the previous video when I installed the Azure AI Search for summarization and PII, you are more than welcome to go to your requirement.txt file and under this prompt flow, come in and put in from flow Azure AI search, or add the Linga LLM Linga prompt flow and so on. But what I would like to do for right now is to show you how to bring in the package for the pf-azuredb. So right underneath this one, we'll say pf-azuredb like that, and we'll say Control S for saving. And now I would like to go ahead and run my requirement.txt file. So we'll say, take me back to the terminal. Again, I'm going to have to fix the conda because it's going into the 312. So it says base in here. So I'll say conda deactivate. Thank you very much. And then we will do /vmv and I'll activate my script. All right, I'm in the right place, folks. Now I'm going to say pip install, and we'll say -r, and then we'll do requirements.txt file. So we'll run this guy. I could have actually just run pip install on the pf-azuredb. Oh, look at that. No such file or directory. Requirements.txt. I'm in the right. Oh, I'm in the wrong folder. It's called test flow. No problem. So let's go ahead. In here, we'll do the cd test flow first. And then we'll say pip install requirements.txt. All right, that's much better. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'll come back when it finishes. I also want you to notice something that is actually uninstalling NumPy 2.2.2. And that is one of the reasons why it doesn't work in the Azure AI Foundry, because there are some definitely problems between the NumPy version and also the Postgres vector version of the packages. And that's why it's much easier to do it here locally to get this to work. All right, it finished, and all the stuff is in pretty good shape. Let's say CLS. Let's go ahead and see now if that really worked or not. So I'm going to say, let me close all this. I'm going to save all of that just to make sure we're loading the correct one. And we'll say Visual Editor. And we'll make this a little bit smaller because I don't need to see it right now. All righty. And now we're going to go to the nodes. So I'm going to go back in here to prompt flow. And these are the tools. So if I did my job right, let me collapse this. There you go. See that, folks? Other than the Python and the LLM and the prompt, there are new ones that got added. Now I have Azure Cosmos DB, MongoDB vCore, NoSQL for vector search, and then we have the PostgreSQL that is also based on the Cosmos DB. All of that stuff is available for me. So if I would like to get the old ones from the previous video, I can go back into my requirement.txt and add the prompt flow Azure AI search or the Linga, LLM Linga, and it will add all of them in here, and you will be able to use them whenever you want to as well. Again, in future videos, I'm going to show you how to create your own custom one. We'll call one Lino, for instance, to show you how to install based on the prompt flow SDK. But this is how you can get the Cosmos DB as a vector search, whether you're going to use NoSQL, MongoDB, or PostgreSQL as well. Hopefully this was useful to you to see a couple of tips and tricks on how to use that. And again, if this was helpful, please click on like, and hopefully you can subscribe to my channel so you can get notified on future videos as well. Thank you so much.